Boots on the ground, putting it down. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Stock Scoop. I'm Mickey Dee, your host, founder, creator, publisher of the Baby Knockout newsletter, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most successful newsletters in the country. This is the home of the Baby Knockout, where our Baby Knockouts knock out the stock market competition, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again for joining me. Um, are you liking this volatility? Are you liking this bull market in uranium? In rare earths, in gold and silver. I want to talk a little bit about gold and silver. I'm going to give you a retirement stock. I think you can retire on this gold and silver's baby knockout. We put everything in the books. We're an open book. I want to thank you guys for making one of the books, one of the top books in the country. And if you don't have your copy, I'll show you later. You better get a copy. But I know you guys have a pretty heavy workload, and you know from listening to the scoop that slow and steady wins this race, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to Wall Street, when it comes to these baby knockouts, when it comes to the stock market. It's about pennies and patience, ladies and gentlemen, both of which, well, we have a little bit and we have patience also. We've been doing this since the dot coms way back in the day, ladies and gentlemen, and it's worked out really, really good for us. As you can see, our baby knockouts now, we're approaching some of our gold and silver stocks. We're getting in that 1,000% range with some of them. Some of you say, well, it's 10x now, Mickey. Is it going to 20x? Is it going to... We're just getting started with some of these stocks, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like gold is just going parabolic. Looks like silver is on the verge of just going parabolic. We could have a breakout in silver any hour, any second now. Silver could just bam, just one of those big blast off because there's a lot of chatter around the world about the silver shortage right now. So we'll pay attention to it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I do want to show you this one stock that I think is on that should be on your list, your shopping list right now for retirement and on pullbacks. You accumulate these stocks, accumulate. We are in this stock. We have had a lot of it. It's in the books, and let's take a look. Without further ado, let's take a look. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for joining me. Before I tell you about this retirement gold and silver stock, I want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart, ladies and gentlemen. A million views on a little niche show like the Stock Scoop with Mickey D is big, ladies and gentlemen. That's big. And I just want to thank all, they said it couldn't be done. It's taken a while. We've had a lot of patience. A lot of you have stood in there with me. I make a lot of mistakes during these shows. You guys forgive me and we make money together. We pick some great stocks when they're, a quarter and 50 cents and we ride them up and we have that opportunity. And you guys are in the stock market. You guys are winners, in my opinion. And I want to thank all of you, ladies and gentlemen, from the bottom of my heart. In addition, I wanted to thank you for making junior silver mining stocks ready to explode possible 1,000% gains one of the top sellers in the world, ladies and gentlemen, because there are orders coming from all over. And I just want to thank you guys. There's 16 junior mining stocks in there that we did advanced research on early. We were early with these stocks, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to give you one right now that I think can be a retirement stock, especially you that it was around 50 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents, 60 cents, 70 cents. And you guys were just accumulating, accumulating, accumulating. And once we got it to $1, we got out of danger and, $2 and $3, that kind of thing. And we see a bright, bright future because the new managers have come along and have really, really did something with this stock, ladies and gentlemen. What stock am I talking about right now? This is the stock I'm talking about. America's gold and silver is what I'm talking about. U.S. stock, USAS is the symbol on the TSX. US, it's $6 and 91 cents. there. In the U.S., it's $4. We'll get a more accurate. I'll get a more accurate reading here in a second. But they made a big giant announcement here. They're gold and silver stock. They've been doing very, very well. As many of you know, they Eric Sprott has taken an interest in this company, and he kind of handpicked the new management team. Shall would say, just for lack of better, I don't want to quote him on anything, because he's the premier, one of the finest people in this business, ladies and gentlemen. But he did one some of his favorites managers or what have you friends are running this program, and they're doing an outstanding job. They've come along, and the domestic antimony that they've been digging up and stockpiling for a while, and weren't getting paid for it. Well, now they're getting paid for it. And you guys know, with our rare earth trade, our US, our antimony stock, our number one antimony stock is doing very, very well. It's up and down. It's going to be volatile. But we're going to need antimony for our ammunition, guys. Our munitions, we need antimony. Bullets, we need antimony for this stuff. And we're going to be fighting for a while. So we're going to need that. And they are right now, their Galena complex in Idaho is the only facility, right now, the only production antimony mine in the U.S. The only antimony mine in the U.S., ladies and gentlemen, right now. So we can take, they can take that. It takes a long time to get a mine up. They already are getting antimony. So the government should take note of this, and help them out, and help their production out. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of mom and pop companies, but this is a plus, a definite win for us, ladies and gentlemen. A definite win for all you people, that everybody that had junior silver mining stocks and have this stock as one of their baby knockouts early on that they picked. Let's take a closer look. America's Gold and Silver Corporation. I'll leave the website for you here, and also leave a website for the book, ladies and gentlemen, so you can take a look. America's Gold and Silver right now, USD. We're talking about $5.22. Yes, all the gold and silver stocks right now are headed straight up. It seems like we're on a vertical. The RSIs are 81%. They're really overbought, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of stocks are right now, but can they be overbought for a long period of time? Yes, they can, because gold and silver and antimony right now are really going up, ladies and gentlemen. So as we take a look at America's Gold and Silver Corporation, USAS, it is one of those stocks that we believe in the future may even be in position to pay dividends as we enjoy this capital appreciation, and we enjoy the great management team and the great project that they have right now, ladies and gentlemen. So we're in it for the ride. We were in it at 50, 60 cents as a baby knockout, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, full disclosure, we own this stock. We've owned this stock for a long time. And now our time is now, because the stock is going vertical for us, ladies and gentlemen, as the gold and silver prices go vertical. So let's enjoy America's Gold and Silver Corporation. Add it as one of your possible retirement gold and silver stocks, ladies and gentlemen. Let's turn this thing around for today. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, once again for joining me. If you could hit that like button, that thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you once again for the million views. That's really something. We're a small knit group, and I appreciate every one of you, ladies and gentlemen. Also, for junior silver mining stocks ready to explode, we were on board early, ladies and gentlemen. We had those stocks early when they were pennies. We were jumping all on them. Some of these stocks right now are really, really exploding. The time is now. These stocks are the book appropriately titled Junior Silver Mining Stocks Ready to Explode, Possible 1,000% Gains. Well, we're getting those 1,000% gains right now, ladies and gentlemen. We've had our first few in the book already. Not all those stocks have exploded. That's why people are buying the book. That's why it's one of the top books in the country right now and in the world right now. So make sure you get your copy, Junior Silver Mining Stocks Ready to Explode, Possible 1,000% Gains, ladies and gentlemen. Also, USA, USAS, America's Gold and Silver Corporation, ladies and gentlemen. Put it on your watch list. Pullbacks right now because all the gold stocks are up right now. But when these gold stocks pull back and these silver stocks pull back, you may have an opportunity to get in, reload, fill up, set stops if you want. If you're satisfied now, make sure you set mental stops. Some of these stocks are, like I said, some of these stocks are hundreds, and we're starting to go over 1,000% on our baby knockouts that are in the book right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're starting to go. Some of you have been over 1,000% and some, but many people were just accumulating, and their cost per share may be a little higher, so it won't reflect 1,000%. It may reflect maybe only 800% or so. But what you're up, that's the bottom line. Is you're way up, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing very very well. I'll be bringing you some more retirement stocks also that I think we can hold for a long time, as long as they don't get bought out by the big guys, because the big guys are going to be hunting right now. The big guys and big girls are going to be hunting right now. Just aren't they doing that on the outside? Girls hunting for guys and guys hunting for girls. I'm just kidding, just kidding. You guys know I only do these one time. That's the beauty of that. I make a lot of mistakes and I leave them in. Some people say, "Well, Mickey D, that's your draw, man. You're just a regular person and you make all these mistakes and you just leave them in there and you let everybody see them." You know, it is what it is. You know, but you guys take care. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Who knows what the end of the days, the weeks, what have you bring. But you guys just hang in there. It's about pennies and patience, and we don't chase them, we replace them, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to replace some of these stocks that are going vertical on us. We'll take a little bit off the table here on some of those that we're way up on, and then, like in the Baby Knockout newsletter, there are three in that sector that I'm accumulating right now. There are three in that one sector that I'm accumulating. Those Baby Knockouts, I believe, will do very, very well in the long run. And we're focusing on a specific area also for that particular sector. So I'll have more on in the Baby Knockout newsletter. If you're not getting the Baby Knockout newsletter, it's only $99 a month. It's so easy to get. I've even said people can cash at me. Mickey MickeyDee, Mickey D 100, Mickey D 100, the Cash App, or you can go to PayPal, and you can, end of any video, it should have that information there. You can push information, the show notes, and you can get all that information. Do yourself, do your family a service, ladies and gentlemen, because some of my Bitcoin investors, I've been in touch with you this week. You know who you are. I ain't gonna call nobody out, but they're going over to gold and silver now. And I told them this months and months ago that I thought this was going to happen. I thought, now I'm not giving up on Bitcoin. Don't get it twisted. We like Bitcoin. We like Bitcoin. But the timing right now for the gold and silver right now, what's going on in the world, and the debt, and whatever, central banks have been buying whatever you want to, anything, whatever. You're right. You're right. The fact of the matter is gold is going up and silver is going to follow. So that's what's going on now. One of the casualties might be Bitcoin for the short term. Long term, we think Bitcoin is going up, but short term, Bitcoin may be a casualty of gold and silver just skyrocketing. Maybe, maybe silver's going to go. Silver's going to go. Love you. Take care of you and your family. You need strength, energy. You need guidance, ladies and gentlemen. Look up because that's where you're going to get it. God bless you and your family.